Hello friends, in this video lecture we will discuss about trophic level, food chain and food web. So first is about trophic level. What is trophic level? So trophic level is a group of organisms that are deriving their energy from same sources, or we can say any food level in an ecosystem or food chain. This is called trophic level. In very simple language we can say a particular group of organisms that are taking same type of food material, they are forming a specific type of trophic level. This will be very clear when we discuss about the variety of trophic levels. So broadly there are two categories of trophic level: producers and consumers. In previous video lecture we also discussed about the variety of consumers like macro consumers, micro consumers. Macro consumers may be herbivore, carnivore, and further carnivore is categorized like primary carnivore, secondary carnivore, tertiary carnivore. So all these are given here. First is about producers. So we know that producers may be of two types. They may be photoautotropic, that is photosynthetic, or may be chemoautotropic or chemosynthetic. These are mainly chemosynthetic bacteria, while photoautotrophs, they are mainly green plants. They always occupying first trophic level. So trophic level always started with T1, and this T1 is always fixed for any kind of producers. Now consumers. So under consumers we have to discuss first about primary consumers that are always herbivores. They are feeding on producers and they also always have their fixed position or place in food chain, that is second trophic level. Now about the secondary consumer, this also known as primary carnivore, and they are feeding on primary consumers or herbivore. Their position may be T3, third trophic level. Next is tertiary consumer. They also considered as secondary carnivore or top carnivore, and their position may be T4. So T3 and T4 for a particular organism may be variable. For example, if this top carnivore is feeding directly on this herbivore, then we can say this top carnivore as primary carnivore. But if this one is feeding on primary carnivore, then its position will be T4. Otherwise, if this directly feeding on this herbivore, then its position will be here at T3 level. So position of primary carnivore and secondary carnivore is variable, while position of producer as well as herbivores, that are primary consumers, this is always fixed, and these are respectively T1 and T2. Now the last, this is about decomposers, which also known as micro consumers on the basis of their body size, and they are placed at top of the trophic level, that is T5. But usually in food chain we are not showing these micro consumers or decomposers. When we discuss about a particular species or their population, they may occupy one or more than one trophic level according to their mode of nutrition, according to their mode of feeding, means the particular organism on which they are feeding. For example, if we discuss about a human that are omnivores, means feeds on both herbs as well as fleshes or meat. So when we discuss about a human, if human is feeding on vegetables, vegetables are producers. So if humans are feeding on vegetables, then the organisms which are feeding on producers, they considered as primary consumers or herbivore, that is labeled by T2. That's why same for human beings. At that time humans may be categorized as T2, that is herbivore or primary consumer. But at the same time, if human is feeding on large fishes, then we have to categorize human beings in T4, that is top carnivore or secondary carnivore. This also known as tertiary consumer. So when we label about T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, there may be a minor misunderstanding. When we say T4, so T4 is about fourth trophic level, but fourth trophic level is about tertiary consumer. T3, that is trophic level 3, this is for secondary consumer, or this may be also for primary carnivore. Same when we are saying T2, that is trophic level 2, this is about primary consumer, not about secondary consumer. So such minor type of error may be. So we have to be very careful about the labeling. Again, T2 is for primary consumer, not for secondary consumer. T3 is for secondary consumer, not for tertiary consumer. If we discuss about the position of parasites in a particular food chain is not fixed. Why? Because parasites are feeding on all organisms, like they are feeding on producers, they are feeding on herbivores that are primary consumers, or they are feeding on carnivores that may be secondary or tertiary consumers. That's why their position is not fixed. These are few examples of parasites like aphids, ticks, mites, leeches, etc. Now about food chain. So what is food chain? This is a sequence of organism, or we can say trophic level, which are showing repeated eating, and they are also eaten by other organism for supplying or transmitting food energy. So food chain is a link in between various trophic level for supply of food, or we can say is about supply of energy. What may be the characteristics of food chain? So these are given here. First, a food chain is always straight, means this always draw in a straight line, and there is always unidirectional flow of energy, means energy is moving in a single same direction. Second, usually in each food chain there is 90% loss of potential energy in form of heat when there is transfer of food from one trophic level to next trophic level, and this is based on the second law of thermodynamics that we already discussed. When there is transmission or when there is transfer of energy from one medium to another medium, from one trophic level to another trophic level, always there are losses. So same thing is given here. Next, in a food chain there is ideally 4 to 5 trophic levels. We will discuss about the reason why. If food chain is shorter, means suppose there is only 3 trophic level or 4 trophic level, then there will be greater supply of energy. At the same time, if food chain is longer like T5, T6, then there will be very small energy supply. Now, omnivores occupying more than one trophic level. As we discussed, in trophic level, human beings may be placed at T2, T3, T4 on the basis of their mode of nutrition. On which kind of organism human beings are feeding, on that basis we may categorize them. Next, in food chain, respiration cost increases at each trophic level. This is very important. So when we discuss about losses by respiration at producers level, this is 20%. When we discuss at herbivore level, this is 30%. When we discuss at carnivore level, this is 60%. That's why we are saying here in this third point, ideally there is 4 to 5 trophic levels in food chain. So finally, when we are moving in longer food chain, there is no existing energy which can be supplied for the next coming successive trophic level. So residual energy decreases at successive trophic level. So a longer trophic level cannot exist in nature. Now, types of food chain. So ideally there are 3 types of food chain: parasitic food chain, second detritus food chain, this also known as saprophytic food chain, third is grazing food chain, that also known as predatory food chain. In NCERT there is only discussion about the 2: detritus food chain, that is known as DFC, second grazing food chain, that is known as GFC. So these are the examples. Parasitic food chain is always started with larger organism while ends with the smaller one. So here in this case, trees are the producers. On trees there are a number of birds which are feeding on their fruits, and in the body of birds there are a number of parasites. So from larger to smaller. Second one is detritus food chain. In case of detritus food chain, exceptionally we can say detritus, that are dead bodies of plants or animals, they are considered as trophic level 1. So these detritus are taken by detritivores. For example, here this is earthworm, and this earthworm is eaten by frog, and this frog is eaten by snakes. So this is about example of detritus food chain. Next is about grazing food chain, that also known as predatory food chain. So here grasses eaten by deer, deer eaten by wolf, while wolf is eaten by lion. So these are about the three types of food chain with their respective examples. Now food chains may be in terrestrial ecosystem as well as aquatic ecosystem. So here this is given example of food chain related with terrestrial ecosystem. In terrestrial ecosystem, grasses or trees, they are producers. Grasses are taken as a food by rabbit, and this rabbit is eaten by fox, this fox is eaten by wolf, and this wolf is eaten by tiger. So if we discuss here about the trophic levels, this is T1, T2, T3, T4 and T5. Now about trophic levels in aquatic ecosystem. So here trophic level is given with respect to food chain. So this is trophic level 1, phytoplanktons. These are the producers in any aquatic ecosystem. Then zooplanktons, this is about primary consumer or herbivore, considered as T2. Now small fishes, these are secondary consumers or primary carnivore, considered as T3, and these are large fishes which are secondary carnivore or tertiary consumer, labeled as T4. Now about food web. What is food web? So as the word states, web, that is about a network. So food web is a network of food chain which becomes connected in a single food web. There are so many organisms that are components of variety of food chain which are interlinked with each. In first diagram you can see about the grasses which are taken by grasshoppers or mouse. Now grasshopper is taken by eagle or by lizard, while mouse is eaten by snake as well as hawk. So in this case, if we labeled about trophic level, so grasses they are at T1, grasshoppers T2, while lizard at T3 and hawk at T4. If grasses directly feedden by hawk, then here we have to categorize hawk at T3 level, while ideally if we follow grass, grasshopper, lizard and hawk, in this case hawk comes at T4 level. Now second food chain in this food web, grass eaten by rabbit and rabbit eaten by hawk. So here again hawk comes at third trophic level. The next food chain in this ecosystem, grass eaten by mouse and mouse eaten by hawk. So here hawk stands at T3, while the last food chain in this food web, grasses eaten by mouse, mouse eaten by snake. So snake comes at third trophic level here, and this snake is eaten by hawk. So again hawk comes at fourth trophic level. So here we can easily understand how a same individual organism may be placed at variety or various trophic levels. As we discussed in case of human beings, on the basis of their eating habit, they may be categorized at various trophic levels in a food chain or in a food web. Now about the characteristics of food web. So first point is given here, no food chain is independent, but they all organized to form a food web. So food chain is a hypothetical model because a single food chain never existing in nature, but in form of food web they are already always present. Second, food web formed by interlinking of all the three types of food chain. As we discussed about the three type of food chain, parasitic food chain, saprophytic or detritus food chain, and third is grazing or predator food chain. So all these food chains are interlinked to form food web. Third point is given here, food web provides alternative pathways. As we discuss in this given diagram of food web, grasses are eaten by grasshoppers, then by lizards, then by hawk. So suppose lizards are not there in the ecosystem at that time, this hawk will feed on rabbit or mouse or snake. So food web provides alternative options. Next is about food web helps in checking overpopulation. So if population of any individual organism start to grow, this will be quickly reduced by the next one or the organism which are depending on that particular animal or plants for their feeding purpose. A predator can operate at different positions. As we discuss in case of hawk, this may be categorized as T3, may categorized as T4. So there are various levels for a predator. Now in this last diagram of food web, you can see about the complexity, and this complexity is also the reason behind the stability. So more variation in food web, this will provide them more stability.